All right, continue on with Amazon NGM news with not one but two huge Amazon NGM news for that today. Because first off, Project Hail Mary Twitter got pulling in 4 billion global views in the first week, and oh boy, that's a lot of fun. And in fact, it's not only that in the release in international market, it was all for the first time ever. The Amazon NGN Studios film was distributed internationally by Sony Pictures. I'm not sure that the logo was in the beginning. First had Metro Goldwyn Mayer, and then later with Sony Pictures releasing international. But you can inform the Columbia Pictures or TriStar Pictures. Oh, hey, even the sister label, Screen Gems, then to do this, like, oh, he's working for Sony Pictures anymore. Like Columbia and TriStar or Screen Gems doing like thing, but unfortunately, DNA can't afford. But and people are marketing at over Sony Pictures like nah. You should put Columbia Pictures like nah. We'll stick with Sony Pictures releasing international, but that sucks. But hey, it still works. But even as Amazon NGM was considered now a part of the international distribution agreement with Sony Pictures for international theatrical, but the rest. Now, as no, Project Hail was in another banger film from Laura Miller, and it stars Ryan Gosling of Bobby fame, and it's going to be the huge milestone for that. And he's gotten good feedback, but also Ryan Gosling, Andy Weir, and scribe Drew Goddard, that the guy who wrote The Martian over the Ridley Scott's The Martian, along with Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were also on board at the San Diego Comic-Con this month, and also this he got on Twitter got on X, formerly known as Twitter. Said on this statement, he said, "Holy moly! Thank you for all you gorgeous, genuine fans of the movies, books, and near light speed space travel. The sun for pushing this trailer of the Project Hail Mary passed 4 million views, 400 million views, the most in the week for non-sequel, non-remake, original trailer ever. I can't wait to thank for some of you in person at San Diego Comic Con in Hall H with our pals Ryan, Andrew, and Q. Drew, and a few other surprises. That's from Phil Lord, and now over to Christopher Christopher Miller has said is the same state, but doing the same thing, but with adding in the end the same thing, the same thing. It said, "Holy moly! Thank you for all your gorgeous, general fans of movies, and books, and nearly light space travel." The Sun was for pushing the trailer of the Project Hail Mary past 4 million views, the most a week for the movie that's not a sequel or remake ever. Can't wait to thank some of you in person at San Diego Comic Con and Hall H with our pals Ryan, Andy, and Drew. It's gonna be a great show. That's the same thing with the minor tweaks. So, well, everyone, congratulations, Laura Miller, and especially Ken himself, Ryan Gosling, for gotten a lot of feedback of the newest for their first the trailer of the upcoming Project Hail Mary movies, which come out next year, 2026. But not only the Project Hail Mary trailer got a lot of most viewed trailer of all time, but there's over at Amazon MGM. But there's another movie which gone a lot of attention, and that is the Arcana 2 gone a lot of become the Amazon's NGN's most watched pick of all time over on Amp Prime Video. And yes, it was, because this is might be the most viewed second most watched film of all time, only behind G20, I think, is stars Viola Davis, but this one stars Ben Affleck and John Bernthal. And this is a sequel of the Arcana. It was originally from Warner Brothers, but since Artist Equity, Ben Affleck's and Mandamus production company acquired that, and then we released the distribution by Amazon NGM. Although Warner Brothers retained the international rights too. So, but even also the studio credit too. But still, I would say this is my turning point, and since that the movie got a lot of attention, it almost not as good as the first one, but it got 123 $2.2 million worldwide, and especially the stateside by $65.5 million in US. So this one, no, this is the according to was the best. Is it better the original? Yes. This is the best sequel. Yes. But I think this is a sad that this movie. Well, in fact, this movie was released in domestic by Amazon MGM, although in the international market would distribute by Warner Brothers, since he also involved in the same company who also did the first one, the original one. However, this mark they according to was marked the final Amazon Indian film would distribute internationally by Warner Brothers because Amazon Indian signed the international theatrical distribution deal with Sony Pictures. So it's so sad to see that, but even the Project Hail Mary trailer was gone, the first hurrah into the new era of Amazon NGN international distribution. So, but still, I say this. I respect Ben Affleck and John Bethel, the Punisher himself, and that's pretty much it. And the guy. But I love this movie, and I was doing more. But the third movie was in the works, even might be distribute since August Emery was signed a deal with Sony Pictures for that with distribution. Although also same thing with Amazon and GM would have a international distribution deal with Sony Pictures. Although the current three was in the works, but however, it might distribute my Amazon and GM might be distribute. In fact, that international distribution went under the deal with Sony Pictures. Maybe the current two will might distribute by Sony Pictures internationally, or rather straight up Warner Brothers Pictures, wherever that is. But we'll wait to see happen. So I hope the first film is going to be better than the second one. So we'll wait to see. So that's the two good, huge Amazon NGM news, and I'm looking forward to that. Between the upcoming, due to the success of the current two, as marked the final, is the final film, final Amazon MGM film, which distributed internationally by Warner Brothers, and especially the Project Hail Mary movie, was a trailer was gone a lot of huge feedback and gotten a lot of success in the global market, mostly and on social media. It also marked the first time where Amazon and GM will partner distribution, international distribution with Sony Pictures in terms of the trailers or logos and branding. So congratulations, everyone, and congrats everyone, and I hope what's going on next over at Amazon NGN, and let's see what happens in 2026. And I hope Sony Pictures with an agreement with deal with Amazon NGM in international markets soon enough. So we hope you enjoyed this Amazon NGM news. That's a longer video for now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. And have a good day.